This is the Uzura no Tamago Yakitori. So the whole idea is basically it's nice and warm but still yolky on the inside. So see that? All the yolk. Hey Yaki Gang, Yakitori Guy here. Last week I showed you guys how to make your yakitori tare. It's been really fun for me over the last week. Some of y'all have been sending me photos of your tare mother pot. So if you guys started a week ago, it's officially a week old. Congratulations on your new baby tare. Just take care of it, keep on using it. The longer you use it, the more skewers you dip into it, all those chicken juices, the chicken fats, they're gonna go in here and it's gonna deepen the flavor, making your tare just better and better over time. But take care of it, keep it in the fridge when you're not using it. Also reheat it once in a while, especially before you use it. Now this week, I wanted to show you guys a yakitori skewer where we're gonna be using this tare as a marinade. So as you guys can see right here, these are quail eggs that have been marinating in the tare and a little bit of meating. So for today's lesson, I wanted to focus on the uzura no tamago. So uzura means quail and tamago means egg. Now, uzura is not chicken, much smaller bird, but these boiled quail eggs are a very common skewer at yakitori shops in Japan. Now, some shops, they're gonna have it marinating whether in tare or maybe some dashi. Some shops will serve it plain. Even some shops I've seen where they're gonna take some plain and marinate and alternate on the skewer. Now, some shops would take these quail eggs and skewer them sideways, so basically horizontally. And other shops will even skewer them vertically, maybe this way or this way. So all different personalities of each of the shops and representing even the quail egg. Now, but one common trait among all the kodawari shops, so the kodawari technique among all the shops is they're always gonna have runny, soft egg yolk, meaning it's a soft boiled egg. And that way, when you bite into it, it's gonna be nice and soft and you're still gonna have that soft, runny yolk inside. If you use hard-boiled egg, it's gonna have that sulfur taste, also that pasty mouthfeel in the yolk, so you always wanna go with the soft egg yolk if you wanna make it really good. Now the challenge is if you have it hard-boiled, it's gonna be very easy to peel, very easy to skewer, but for the soft boil with the runny egg and the soft whites on the outside, you have to be very gentle with your hands and fingers when peeling. It's very delicate. So in today's lesson, I wanted to focus on the quail egg and show you guys basically how I'm gonna boil it, how I'm gonna peel it, how I'm gonna marinate it and skewer it and grill it so that you guys watching at home can make really gooey, soft egg yolk, quail eggs at home, just like you'll find at the best shops in Japan. So if you guys are ready, let's get to cooking. Best way to check for the freshness is with this water test. Put all the eggs in and see how it floats. Now, if an egg has gone bad, it's basically just gonna float to the top of the water. If it's good, it'll stay at the bottom of the water. Also, I have this in warm water. It's not hot, it's just a little bit warmer than room temperature, and that way it's gonna raise the temperature of the eggs a little. And I just do that right before I'm about to boil them. And that helps shells peel a little bit easier. Into this water though, I'm actually gonna add a little bit of vinegar. So about a maybe ounce of just the distilled white vinegar. Basically make this a little bit acidic. Start the timer for 2 minutes. Let's put it in there. Make sure get it all rotated in there. Rotate it around, especially at the halfway point, 1 minute. Just ensure that it's being evenly cooked. So the timer's up. I use my strainer so I can get it all together at once and put it into my ice bath. Cooling it in the ice bath, just shocking the eggs came from the hot boil into this ice bath. So anything I can do. Vinegar in the water, getting the eggs to a warmer temperature before I put it in the boil. So anything I can do to help peel these better, because it's still soft boil, so it's gonna be really soft inside, really gentle, hard to peel. So I just gotta use the water just help us essentially lubricate this area. There's a piece of skin underneath the egg shell. Just get that water to flow right in between. And this is gonna help it peel. So take your time, no rush. So this water method is something that I picked up at Yakitori Mall West in Tokyo. That's where I was working at last year. And it was actually one of the first tasks that they gave me was peel 60 to 80 quail eggs every morning. The first thing that I did when I come on was basically peel 60 to 80 quail eggs with the goal of not breaking or cracking or tearing apart no more than 5. That was the goal that I was given. And it was actually a really good training. You know, looking back at it, it's a good exercise to train people to learn how to be very gentle with their hands and fingers, especially because with yakitori, yeah, you are dealing with muscles, the thighs and whatnot, but there's still a lot of gentle pieces that you don't really want to use brute force when handling yakitori meat. So this is a really good exercise of just carefully peeling away. But once you get the hang of it and you know what the sort of the strength you can put before it tears apart or doesn't. So right here, the very last part, the cone, and let that water run through so it comes off nice. And you know, just to show you, it's really still very soft right here. You can see that it's very balanced. It's still soft boiled egg. So the top part is really, it usually comes off very easily. It's when you go to the bottom tip, that's where you have to be really gentle or you might rip apart the eggshells. But this water really helps to really peel the egg shells off. Just using the water to get in between the crevice. So be very gentle. You don't want to crack. A little bit of crack is okay, but if it breaks apart like this, see? This is an example of how, and this is a bigger piece, so definitely didn't cook as through all the way, but this is a good example of how runny this is gonna be. So for something like this, discard this, continue on. Here we go, last egg. And I've been putting them in this, you see a little water cup. That way it floats in there and it won't break. These are the eggs that we just peeled. Right here, this is the eggs that I peeled earlier that's been in this tare marinade for a few hours. And these are the ones that we can't use. So you can see with these eggs right here, basically this is the one that just broke earlier. When I was peeling this, the tip broke off, so you have to be very gentle when taking the final last tip of the quail egg. And then there's just gonna be some quail egg that just doesn't have the right nice shape. So I definitely wanna skewer these. Some of these though, I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. I'll go ahead and marinate them. This is some kombu, water, and soy sauce right here. So I'm gonna marinate this overnight. This one, it's already been marinating for a few hours. So today for the skewers, I wanna do a combination of basically this one and this one. For the skewering of the quail egg, you wanna use the round one. And the reason for that is between the two, this is way too thick. It's gonna actually just crack and split open the delicate quail egg. So we wanna use the round one right here. You can see the color change. It's been marinating in the tare for at least the past 5 hours or so. And if you want a much more even color, you just have to keep on rotating and it'll get those spots. But I think it's a little bit of adds character. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use this as is. So the spoon that I got this in Kappabashi in Tokyo. Kappabashi is sort of the kitchenware district in Tokyo. When I was in Japan, actually with my friend Mike, Ramen Lord, We're shopping for both yakitori and ramen items. Different shops that do different ways of skewering. Some will skewer it through this way, some will skewer it this way, some skewer it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and basically do sort of the way I like it, which is sideways. Be very gentle. You don't want to crack this white part right here. And so I got that in. I'm gonna go ahead and put the marinated piece in. Think of it as a sandwich. And finish it off right here. Let's go ahead and put just one more. So we have that one right here. Put that down. Very, very, very gentle with these. Very delicate. Don't want to crack and get all the nice yolk spilling out. Normally I talk about do not skewer mid-air. With this one, it's very gentle, so in a way, I find it much more comfortable just holding it mid-air. Try to be very centered with it. These 3 skewers, and we're gonna go ahead and grill these. I did not add any salt or sake on it as it's already flavored. And also the idea behind this is we're not really cooking this because these eggs, they've already been boiled. So we're really just heating up the top, heating up the bottom, and we're gonna put the tare on, and we just wanna warm up that tare. We still want the yolk to get a little bit warm, but we don't wanna cook that yolk or else it's gonna get hard. And what's the point of peeling the soft eggs? So over here, letting it heat up on both sides. And it might spin a bit because it's very soft egg yolk. So not much is holding onto the skewer. We're just letting it heat up. And then got my tare. We're not gonna dip the skewer into this tare pot because the quail egg might just fall in there. So the idea behind sort of the mix between the plain tare marinated plain is you can have a different sort of contrast and flavor. So I'm still putting the tare on top of these plain ones, but this one has a deeper flavor. Flip it again. Let that tare warm up. I'm gonna go ahead and lightly brush the other side. Not too much, just to make sure it's evenly coated. Pretty warm, so should be pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and plate these. So let's get these mixed ones plated. And if I want just a little bit of extra char, that tare, I always got the torch. Just go a little bit, just get a nice browning. Here we have it, guys. This is the quail egg, uzura no tamago yakitori, the marinade and plain with the tare on. Alternatively, you can also serve it just plain with tare or plain with salt on it, or just all marinated. Different ways to serve this. The whole idea is inside it's gonna be very yolky, is so that when you bite into it, get that nice soft egg yolk right here. You want that egg yolk. So this soft, velvety, gooey egg yolk, that's the reward inside this quail egg that definitely took some precision and care into making. Just really represents the art of yakitori, the kodawari yakitori that I saw in Japan, where attention to detail really matters. Everything from precisely getting it to 2 minutes of the boiling time, prepping all the ice baths, peeling it very carefully, very gentle, carefully, don't rush through. It's a very meditative experience, and I think it's kind of a different maybe rhythm from maybe some of the other yakitori that you guys might have been doing following my videos, where it's focusing on breaking down the chicken, skewering, grilling. Well, all of that, if you apply this sort of calm, simple methods and being much more precise, if you go back to the chicken breakdown, the skewering, the grilling, it's gonna really improve your yakitori game. So just like how when I was working at the shop in Japan, I had to peel 60 or 80 of these every morning. it was just the fundamentals that really helped define sort of maybe my muscle memory and get my mind and spirit in place in terms of being ready for all the other yakitori to come. So now that you guys have gone through the whole chicken breakdown all the way to grilling, making your own tare, definitely encourage you to try making this quail egg skewer. It's going to be a challenge trying to make sure you don't break them, but as you guys saw earlier, I break some eggs, that's totally fine. But the ones you can, really keep and skewer, it's gonna be nice and rewarding. So now you guys know how to make all these chicken skewers. There's definitely more skewers at yakitori shops that aren't chicken. Some veggies, including this quail egg. So now I want you guys to try this, and this will be part of your repertoire, your arsenal of all these yakitori skewers that you can make based on all the videos we've done so far. So definitely enjoy this quail skewer. I have more, as I said, more skewers coming in the following weeks of videos. But yeah, thanks for watching so far, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.